Are you holding on to something right now that is secretly destroying your peace? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a brilliant, game-changing concept that is going to completely flip how you view your own anxiety. Imagine this. A professor walks into a dead quiet university lecture hall, but instead of cracking open a heavy textbook, he just picks up a simple glass of water, raises it up high, and looks out at his students. This story, originally shared by leading mindset coach Sohail Ahmed, is an absolute masterclass in human psychology. And honestly, it is going to completely change how you handle your everyday challenges.
So the professor looks at his class and asks this simple question. How heavy do you think this glass is? I want you to guess right along with them. What do you think? Maybe 50 grams, 100 grams, 125? The students start shouting out their answers left and right, but the professor just smiles. He tells them, well, it doesn't actually matter unless I weigh it. The absolute physical weight of that glass was completely irrelevant to the massive lesson he was about to drop on them.
See, instead of focusing on weight, the professor asked a much better question. What happens if I hold it for a few minutes? The students rightly said, well, nothing. And guys, that right there is the core truth of our daily stress. The true pain, the real damage, it doesn't come from the glass itself. It comes entirely from the refusal to just put it down. Section 1, the progression of pain. Let's look at how this builds up.
Because the professor didn't stop at just a few minutes. He wanted to illustrate a fundamental law of human endurance, and he did it by simply extending the timeline. He asks the room, okay, what if I hold it for an hour? The students are like, your arm's gonna start hurting. Then he pushes it to the absolute extreme. What if I hold it for a whole day? And the students point out the obvious, right? His arm would go completely numb. The muscles would seize up, paralyzing him, and he might end up in real physical trouble, maybe even needing a hospital. The progression here is undeniable. The longer you hold it, the more paralyzing the pain becomes.
Then, the professor nods and asks the question that changes absolutely everything. Did the weight of the glass change? The entire class just goes dead silent, because the answer is no. The glass weighed exactly the same on minute 1 as it did on hour 24. So what caused all that agonizing pain? It wasn't the glass. It was simply the duration of the hold. Section 2, the overthinking illusion. Think about how perfectly this mirrors our own lives. Problems, just like that glass of water, they feel totally manageable when they first pop up. But when you keep carrying them around in your mind all day, every single day, they stop being a simple problem and start becoming a crushing burden. And this brings us to what Sohail Ahmed calls the overthinking illusion. I really want you to let this quote sink in. Some people are not overthinking because they are deep. They are overthinking because they are undisciplined. Wow, that is a blunt, eye-opening reality check directly from his teachings. We love to romanticize our anxiety, convincing ourselves that we're just deep thinkers analyzing every angle. But often, it's just a lack of mental discipline. We literally haven't trained ourselves to put the glass down. Sohail brilliantly lays out exactly how a weak mind operates here. First, you carry one problem. Second, you dramatize it. You blow it entirely out of proportion, making it much bigger and far more catastrophic than it actually is. Third, you replay it on this endless loop in your head, literally experiencing the stress of the event 100 times before it even happens once. And finally, the fourth and most dangerous step of all, you turn it into an identity. Suddenly, you aren't just a person dealing with a stressful situation, you actually become a stressed person. The problem has become a full-blown mental occupation. Which leads us to this profound realization. Most people are not stressed by life. They are stressed by the garbage they keep rehearsing in their head. Just think about that for a second. Think about how much of your daily exhaustion comes from things that aren't even happening right now, but rather things you were just rehearsing over and over again. The world isn't necessarily crushing you. Your own internal replay button is. So, are you exhausted right now? Are you feeling anxious because it seems like everything is broken? Sohail points out that some people aren't exhausted because life is inherently cruel. They're exhausted because they never shut the door on yesterday. They're anxious because they keep gripping onto things that honestly should have been released hours, days, or even years ago. You are holding yesterday's glass today. Section 3, faith over worry. To truly let go of this modern epidemic of burnout and constant overthinking, having an intellectual understanding is great, but we really need a spiritual anchor. The source text draws on profound spiritual wisdom, quoting the Holy Quran, chapter 48, verse 4. He it is who sent down tranquility into the hearts of the believers, that they might have more faith added to their faith. Now, the key word here is tranquility. But here's the hard truth we have to face. Tranquility cannot enter a mind that is busy clenching onto pain like a trophy. Your hands, mentally speaking, are just too full to receive peace. Notice the stark difference we're looking at here. Tranquility is framed as a sign of strong faith. On the flip side, worries and stress are positioned as a sign of weak faith. We trick ourselves into believing that carrying our stress all night makes us strong, that it somehow proves how much we care about our responsibilities. But it doesn't make you strong at all. It makes you slower, it makes you weaker, and it makes you incredibly easy to break.
Section 4. The Art of Letting Go.
Okay, so how do we take back control? Well, here is your actionable roadmap to correct your mental state right now. It's 4 simple steps. Pray, connect spiritually, and ask for the strength to let go. Breathe. Center yourself entirely in the present moment, rather than agonizing over the future or the unchangeable past. Trust. Surrender the outcome, acknowledging that, hey, you just cannot control everything. And release. Think about the problem, sure, but then immediately put the glass down. Don't say you'll do it tomorrow. Don't wait until you've spiraled into a panic attack or completely ruined your sleep. You have to actively choose to drop it.
Because true peace does not come from solving everything in a single day. That's an impossible standard that will only lead to further burnout. Peace comes from knowing exactly when to surrender the weight. It's having the profound wisdom to say, I have done absolutely all I can do today, and now I am putting this burden down so I can finally rest.
Section 5. Meet the Catalyst, Sohail Ahmed. To fully understand the immense power of this framework, we really have to look at the architect behind it. 1 billion. That is the massive, driving mission of Sohail Ahmed. But I didn't start there. Drawing from his own incredible journey of mastering internal resilience and navigating some intense personal and professional challenges, he has dedicated his life to inspire 1 billion lives through mindset transformation and values-based growth. His own journey is living proof that putting the glass down is the ultimate catalyst for high performance. As a global motivational speaker and growth catalyst, his expertise spans across mindset and self-esteem, leadership, emotional intelligence, entrepreneurship, and social change. He specializes in aligning your deepest purpose with your outward performance. And this is the exact philosophy that drives his highly acclaimed Confidence Compass, a comprehensive framework designed to help you achieve lasting, sustainable growth directly from within. And his credibility is truly immense. He is a 2-time LinkedIn top voice for both 2024 and 2025. He's recognized as India's leading self-esteem and mindset coach and a top 50 emerging leader. As the founder of Mentor My Way, Inc., he brilliantly blends human psychology with real-world strategies to deliver results that actually stick, transforming lives across more than 150 countries. It's incredible.
Section 6. Your turn to make an impact.
We all know information only becomes transformation when you actually take action. So here are your exact next steps to keep building this momentum. First, dive deeper by reading the Mentor My Way blog and make sure you subscribe to the Confidence Compass newsletter for weekly life transformational content delivered straight to your inbox. Second, go follow Sohail Ahmed right now at @MentorSohail across your social media. Third, if you want to bring this dynamic, transformational energy to your own organization, invite Sohail to speak at your next corporate event or leadership seminar. And finally, right now, please hit that like button, share this explainer, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on these powerful insights. Remember, the small act of sharing today could be someone's turning point tomorrow. Think about it. How many people in your network, in your family, or in your workplace are silently suffering right now because their arm is completely numb from holding a glass they just don't know how to put down? Sending them this exact explainer could literally be the permission they need to finally let it go and find their peace. I want to leave you with one final, provocative thought. As you wrap up your day today, and right before you close your eyes to go to sleep tonight, ask yourself honestly, what exactly are you still carrying that you should have put down hours ago? Whatever it is, drop it. Put the glass down today. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.